Hey guys, so it's Monday and we're just here in Ellen's suite in the Rose Ward. Today we got to speak to our cardiologist and
she went over, his charts from the weekend. Obviously some changes were made and she just went over that with Max where we're doing a lot of just waiting to see if he's going to change. He's a lot better from how he was when we first brought him in, but he still has periods of high breath rates, and I think when different staff are coming on, they're not familiar with him, so they kind of panic and want him checked. So it was good today to have our regular cardiologist come in and review him and make us feel like we're on the right track.
so when Ellen says they want to get him checked, they, over the weekend, they've just got relief doctors and they'll come in and they'll have a look over him, and we're sort of filling them in with his situation. Of course, they've got his records and stuff, but they're making a snap judgment on what they see and not
the whole story.
Yeah, what's been happening with like sort of his history here. That's where it's sort of been going 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
So good thing is I expressed that I wasn't happy with the breastfeeding situation. You know, I was on a 10-minute time limit, which sometimes he just needs a little bit more. I need to be able to hold him and let him decide when he's ready. But I've got nurses coming in going, all right, he's the top up. So it's like I'm running out of time. And I think that's one thing I'm struggling with, is I feel like a lot of my parenting is being determined by doctors and nurses. And breastfeeding is a very personal thing between me and my babies, and I know what's right when it comes to that, and having people tell me how to do it is frustrating. And so it's good to have the cardiologist on my side saying, yeah, that's what we want, we want you to be breastfeeding. So they've pushed back his limit to 4 hours, and I can spend a bit more time, and then I tell the nurse to come in and top him up. And over the weekend, somehow he went from having a 30ml top up to a 40ml top up without it actually being
Authorised by the cardiologist.
Yeah, so he was getting too much, so they've dropped that back. So hopefully, he's feeding and he's, waiting for it more. So hopefully tomorrow's a brand new day and he's doing a lot better. The other stuff, so the cardiology team came in. So there was a more senior doctor that kind of came in and went over some things. So yeah, at the moment he's on furosemide. They're adding another one, which starts with S, it's a long word. So they're both diuretics, but the second one helps retain some of the electrolytes that might get lost. So tomorrow I think the plan is to do some more blood tests and to check his kidney function and other things. So they are treating him for like heart failure, more so than the virus they don't really treat anyway. But the other thing I guess that was pretty important was the doctor mentioned that had a meeting with the Melbourne team on Thursday to discuss Max. The doctor said she'd come back and discuss it with me after rounds. So she came back, she talked about what happened over the weekend and apologised, which was nice of her. Just said that on Thursday they're meeting with Melbourne to discuss surgery. It'll be to discuss how soon they think it should be done, but it also will be discussing whether it's going to be done in one single surgery or a two surgery staged approach. So if they do it with 2 surgeries, he'll go in and have a surgery soon, which will just kind of help with the blood flow. But the actual major surgery will be in a few months' time when he's a bit bigger. So that's something that's new for us, and
We don't really know how we feel about it just yet.
Yeah.
Up until now, they've said, it's only be 1 surgery, and once he recovers from that, he'll be fine. Now, we've sort of come to terms with we're going to have 1 soon, and then we're going to have to go back in a few months and have another one.
I think you and I are both having a hard time.
Yeah, I think morale's pretty low at the moment, and it's a lot of waiting around and a lot of waiting to see what happens. And we knew that, like on Friday, that we'd have to wait till Monday to get some real answers, but waiting that time is sort of just taking its toll. Me and Ellen have both sort of had times where we've just had really low points, and I wouldn't say struggling with it, but just, just feeling a bit deflated. And
I don't know, I'd say I'm struggling. I'm really just wishing time away at this point. I just, like, the days go really quickly, and I just, I look forward to going to bed, even though it's a broken sleep, just to know that it's another day. It's hard being away from Emily, and it's hard being stuck in a room. I think this time it's supposed to be really happy, and it's not happy. It's like just hard. I don't know. And like, we'll do whatever we have to do for Max, but I just really want to be home. And yeah, it's more me than him.
so for now, we're just waiting. And
Focusing on breastfeeding.
yeah.
Because either way, even if he's, in heart failure, he can come home. He just needs to be feeding, and so that's what we're working on.
Alright, we're going to call the vlog there. So if you're pregnant with twins, if you have twins, if you have a heart kid, or you're just interested to see what we've got going on, look out for the upcoming vlogs, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.